Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Susanna Sun. This is a place where we are receiving divine feminine energy updates, guidance, and support to bring the feminines and those around them to a sense of home and security. So we are really feeling this up leveling, this kind of, it's almost like a push, but not quite. It's more like a lift where we feel ourselves kind of in this suspended, about to take off kind of experience with the eclipse season coming up. So whether you're experiencing this on the same timeline with us or whether you're in a different future time, you will be, if you clicked on this, experiencing some sort of transformation. And so we are wanting to get more information to support us through this transformation. I've been receiving this morning a lot of information about our ability to communicate in ways that are really meaningful and effective. So let's just get the first energy card to give us a basic idea of where we're at today. Thank you, divine guides and spirits, benevolent ancestors, angelic frequencies coming through at this time to support this collective in bringing more love into this planet and in gritting light into our experiences. Thank you for allowing us to hear these messages, to receive this guidance, and to live out in a gentle and peaceful manner. Thank you so much. All right. Here it is. Embrace your emotions. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. So this is an ongoing conversation about emotions, of course, but there's really an understanding at this particular point that our emotions have a guidance system within them. And that when we feel emotions, what's happening is that we are communicating with ourselves. The emotion is giving us a direction to let us know what feels good, what doesn't feel good, and it gives us a way as well to release any of the challenges that we might have experienced. And so in the emotional release, we're able to allow the challenge to move through our body, and that can be relieving and very supportive at this time. So there might be some emotions that want to come through you at this time to support you in clearing and cleansing. All right, so let's look at what these emotions are about, because there's definitely something really strong that's coming through. The Nine of Pentacles was the first one to clarify this. Yeah, it's interesting. The emotions, they can be confusing, right? Because sometimes we have this experience of something painful in an emotion, but it's actually just clearing our resistance to what's happening. This is what that looks like. The Nine of Pentacles is very much like a fruition card. Everything is coming in this very practical, supportive, abundant way. And the emotions around this are potentially misconstrued because it can actually be a difficult experience for some of us to receive this much abundance because we have stories about it. The stories can sometimes say that we don't deserve it, that there's some kind of shoe that's going to drop, there's something that we owe somebody, we're going to have to pay, there's some sort of like feeling that if we get this, then we'll lose something else. So there is a challenge to receive, but we are receiving it, and we're allowing the challenge to move through us in our emotions, and then that way we don't play it out in the external world because we've allowed it to just move through us, and then we've come out clearly. Another Nine of Water this time. So no, not only are we receiving through this emotional purge a clarity and an abundance in this practical sense, but we're also receiving it on an emotional and a loving sense. So we're really starting to feel our own worthiness. We're starting to understand on this fulfilled level that we are everything that we needed, that we have everything that we wanted, that we can attract and feel the emotions that we want. And then the last is the Ace of Wands in reverse. So yeah, we are kind of hoping, there's this sort of underlying expectation or desire to receive an action, but it's not happening. And so the emotion around that is relevant as well. We're really accepting that what we thought is not what is. And when we release that emotional expectation, or we release the emotions to support us in releasing the expectation, then we're able to flip this card around and be the ones creating the action and the ones receiving reciprocal action. Okay. I want to go into the Rose Oracle for a quick piece about the emotion in regards to the divine feminine mysteries. I would love to know, in that perspective, what is needing to happen or to move through us, to support us. Yeah. Temple of the Rose, ancient power, expression, activation, scarlet codes. I mean, that's what I was seeing. It's like the medicine of the rose lineage, the feminine mysteries, are the foundation that moves us through these experiences. It reminds us that we are sacred beings, and because of that, we have a birthright to experience what we desire. The dog agrees, of course. And when we are allowing ourselves to receive what we desire, we really believe in our worthiness, then we're able to reach this sacred level with the Temple of the Rose, where we understand that we are the priestesses. Hey. We are the ones that are experiencing the fullness of divine inspiration, and it's up to us to respect that by using it in a way that is aligned with what that energy is for us. And then the Isis, she has many names, so maybe that's one of them. The Isis deck to close us out today. A little bit of practical information about maybe ritual or guidance about what to actually do, what the action is at this time to support us, aside from giving ourselves permission to feel the emotions, but what is going to support us in this more ritualistic sense of allowing this to happen. Oh, I love Isis so much. Power over 7 scorpions. Power to conjure lower vibrational forces. All right, who's the Scorpio in the house? I have Black Moon, Lilith in Scorpio, and Pluto as well. So I really do connect with the Scorpio energies. The 7 is often referring to a choice. And in this one, it's interesting because it's similar to the dark goddesses, which, yes, baby, I know, which is definitely related. There's Isis does have the contrast of both the dark and the light, of course, but in the darkness, we understand that we are capable of utilizing the negative energies. And the way that we do that is by transforming them. And so when we're experiencing something that's difficult or challenging, we're receiving that energy, we don't need to back off from it or protect ourselves from it. But what is happening is we're learning how to actually take that energy and utilize it. The best way that I can describe this is, we're getting into demonology at this point. The best way to describe this is that if you have a vicious dog and maybe it's attacking you, one option is to fight back, right? And that's kind of the instinctual response, either to fight or to run, right? And maybe somebody just freezes. But in this card, what we're seeing is another option where we actually nurture whatever is attacking us, whatever we feel is negative. And through offering it love and acceptance and attention, it's actually able to transform. We are able to transform it into something else. And so the dog becomes our friend because it knows that it's safe here. It knows that we're going to be feeding it, right? And with demonology, what this looks like is something that is perceived as a demon, which is really an unconscious part of ourselves, a shadow aspect of ourselves that we are seeing reflected externally. And instead of trying to fight or run from it, we embrace it as part of who we are, knowing that the negativity is simply a shadow aspect because we've been rejecting that part of ourselves. And once we embrace that part of ourselves, the shadow dissolves and it becomes an integrated part of who we are. Wow, that's so amazing. One more, because that wasn't really the practicality. It is, but it isn't. In the emotions, we could definitely see that, like, something like a difficult emotion, that we could process that and we could turn that into something beautiful. So that's how that relates to the emotions. But I do want to get a spell card to give a little bit more practical support. Yeah, Aphrodite love spell. So we are specifically working with loving energies, and we are changing whatever the challenges are into this loving energy. And so the intention behind this experience is to bring more love into your experience. And it might require you to face these darker shadow aspects in order to make room for that love, or to transform those into love. So there's boundary setting, there's integration, and there's, behind all of it, through all of it interweaved, is an intention to bring more love into the world and into your own life. So, yes, please. Thanks for being here, and we'll give you another update soon. And I'm wishing you a really beautiful day. If you would like to receive personal guidance, then you can check out the link in my bio. And I have those intro sessions on sale right now as well. You can join our sisterhood. We have a self-care sisterhood that is open right now. We are gathering and we are practicing a month-long cycle together with the activations of the womb, the heart, and the voice. Of course, these puppies know all about an active voice, don't you? And we're using all of those to bring us into a deeper sense of self-love. The practice is really about self-love. So that starts in November. If you're interested in joining us, you can click the link in the description box, and it'll take you to all of those things, as well as my TikTok channel and other things that you can see that I'm offering and that are happening around me at this time. I am so looking forward to getting to know you as well. Drop your comments to let me know any questions that you have that I can make into topic videos, and I'll see you again soon.